was so fun.
That was fun. You're great to play a game with.
That was a blast.
That was a blast.
I don't know how my kids are going to feel about that.
Why not? You're great. There's so much I want to talk to you about. White Lotus, you just crushed it, buddy.
Thank you.
You really hit a home run.
Thank
oh, my
you so
God.
much.
Every scene that you were in, every subtle thing you did, I looked at everything. I'm like, she's brilliant. It was fantastic.
Thank you. It was such a fun show to be on. It was just a really, really fun role, and we had a terrific storyline. So I had a blast.
We were talking backstage. You're about to celebrate your 20th wedding anniversary.
I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Thank you. Yeah, we actually got married 20 years ago, and right before I started Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, really?
To be honest, yeah. So
that's a good
it's
memory.
funny. It's a great, great memory. My husband's Australian, so we got married in Australia, actually, and we didn't have time for a honeymoon. So, because we had to start filming, I think, 3 days later, so we flew back to LA. And my husband and I just remember so vividly, I get my call sheet for my very first day on Mission.
Mission Impossible.
And of course, as luck would have it, it's an intimate scene with Tom Cruise. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, Pete, this is my husband, Pete. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. He's like, baby, don't worry about it. Just follow his lead. He's such a professional. And I was so nervous about it. I get up at 4 a.m. I dart out of the hotel. I forget my key, of course. And I go to work, and I proceed to have the best day with Tom and J.J. Abrams, our director, of course. The best. And I come home later that evening. I have to knock on the door, of course, and I walk in back into the hotel room, and my husband said, baby, how did it go? And I was like, it was amazing. It was so good. He's like, brush your teeth and tell me all about it. And so I said, oh, honey, he was so sweet. It was a lovely day. It was so perfect. And he looked at me, and he grabbed my arms, and he goes, how cool is it that you were making out with Tom Cruise on our honeymoon?
On our honeymoon.
On our honeymoon. And I was like, you know what?
Why not?
I married the right dude.
That's pretty cool.
I
married the right guy, yeah. Let's talk about the White Lotus again, and congratulations again. Amazing season.
Thank you.
Everyone's talking about the ladies.
Ladies.
Yeah. Carrie Coon, is you, Leslie Bibb. What are you doing in the scene? Are you seeing all the memes that's going to be made in the future?
I mean, it was so funny because we were referred to as the ladies. That's how Mike White, our creator, referred to us as. And then all of a sudden, we're an episode or 2 episodes in, and now we're like the toxic trio, and all these things. And I've been doing this for a long time. I've never been a part of a show or anything that's been so immersive in the way that people consumed it. And it was just so funny. Everyone had it, and everybody kept weighing in, like every episode, week to week. And then all of a sudden, I was like, gosh, the episodes are coming up where like Jacqueline does some kind of morally ambiguous things, and boy, everybody liked to weigh in with me. Everybody was
Everyone had an opinion?
Everyone had an opinion. They were like, you're a bitch. I can't believe you did that. And I was like, we're talking about
my
Jacqueline
character,
here.
right? Yeah, my character,
exactly.
Me in person, I'm a really nice person.
It's like, I'm just over here doing what the words tell me to do.
Oh, you were so great. And I heard that you and Parker Posey were roommates.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I got to live with the great Parker Posey.
How fun.
She is so fun. I kind of refer to her as like a little bit of a witch. She's the gal that like when she moves into a place, she is magical.
Yeah.
She is. She's like got all these like lotions and potions and tinctures and everything. I'm like, girl, you just got here a week ago. Like, I didn't get
set up with this,
here in Thailand. And I remember I had one week where I was shooting these nights. I was working 3 nights in a row. And before I went to work, she was like, oh, you're going to need ashwagandha. And I was like, what? And she's like, ashwagandha. Michelle, it's for your brain. You're really going to need it. And I was like,
that's a great Parker.
I said, I have no idea what type, but sure enough, I get home at 6 a.m. and I walk into my room, and I've got all of these ashwagandha. I can't even say it, so clearly.
Ashwagandha?
It's not great brain food, obviously.
Yeah, but it's great for you.
There she is. And so I felt like I was in good hands. If I had any ailment, I could go to her.
I think the whole cast was probably the most coolest cast.
They are the coolest
Everyone
cast.
is like, I mean, you were doing it, so, but I'm telling you, what we all saw was everybody was cool. We loved every single one of you.
Me too.
But man, oh man, you crushed it. And
Thank you.
When you're with that cast and you're in Thailand, do you get to explore? Do you get to have fun? Do you get to see stuff?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a big cast. It's an ensemble. We inevitably have downtime, and one of the fun things that I took up was diving. My children came to visit me and they wanted to get their diving certificates. And at first I was like, oh God. And then I was like, okay, let's do it. And it turns out that Mike is a diver, Walton Goggins is a diver. And so we had a funny diving excursion. It was kind of scary, but funny now looking back, where we're diving and we're deep, and all of a sudden my goggles start to malfunction in a pretty major way. And I'm trying to clear the goggles underneath the water. I can't see anything in front of me. And I'm thinking, God, if I go to the surface, I'm gonna lose everybody. So we're down there for 45 minutes.
What?
And all of a sudden, I can make out something like probably about 2 feet in front of me. And I'm like, oh my God, these are Walton Goggins flippers. He's got these bright yellow flippers, of course. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna follow Walton Goggins for the next 45 minutes. And I'm hot on his tail. And I'm like, because I can't see anything else. I can't see anything else. And I'm kind of freaked out. But and all of a sudden I see him start to go up, and he's like, "Hey man, how was the dive?" And I was like, "I didn't see anything." He's like, "Did you see the sharks?" I was like, "No man, I could only see your flippers."
Sharks.
And then
Sharks.
and then my husband comes up, and he was like, "Baby," he's like, "Where were you?" Like I kept telling you to come over to me, and you were totally ignoring me. You weren't even looking at me, and you were just like flying after Walton.
Walton Goggins saved my life.
I was like, oh God. We had some like underwater marital drama. He's like, why is she following Walton for 45 minutes and not even looking in the direction of me?
I have a good picture. Here's you and Walton celebrating after that.
That's right. We had champagne after that on the boat.
That's what I'm talking about. He's the best.
He is the best.
Yeah,
he is the best.
I want to show a clip. Here's Michelle Monaghan in The White Lotus. Take a look at this.
You're not upset because of Valentin.
Yeah, I'm upset because of Jacqueline.
But are you?
You could have hooked up with Valentin if you wanted, but you chose not to. Right? You chose to work at that company your whole career, and you chose to marry Brian. If you always choose the short stick, is that bad luck? Are you life's victim? Or are you doing it to yourself?
Oh! That's how you do it! Michelle Monaghan, everybody! Season 3 of The White Lotus is streaming now on Max. We'll be right back with a performance from Marina. Stick around.